with bigger games like Assassin's Creed, Asgard's Wrath 2, Arizona Sunshine releasing this year, there's always games that go under the radar. For me, at least, one of these titles is Sushi Ben. So far, I haven't completed the game. I've gotten a good 3 to 4 hours in. I've just wanted to give my quick impressions. The game lasts you about 4 to 7 hours, I've seen from other users and reviews, and I just wanted to put this video out, as in my opinion, it's an underrated hidden gem to release on the Quest Store as of recently. To begin with, Sushi Ben is mainly a narrative adventure game that focuses more on listening to character story and helping them fix their problems as you now take part in a small town named Korobuki. I would even say that a game like Sushi Ben has that Japanese charm, and playing it, to me at least, resembles the closest to if Nintendo were to make a VR game. The polish is impressive, the game combines 3D manga panels as a unique narrative device, and its art design is anime inspired, with VR games either being multiplayer FPS shooters, combat games, or rhythm games. And this isn't bad, but it's just a great change of pace in the Quest Store. The game does a lot of great things other than just the story as well, but with the story, it's you coming and settling in a new town named Korobuki and getting familiar with a bunch of characters that have their own personality. Dialogue wise, it can get a bit corny and it's wholesome at times. Sometimes it's boring, but personally, it's never too much and keeps you interested to hear what people have to say. You can tell immediately the devs focused on character relationships and how the player would impact them. The player takes the role of saving a local sushi bar from land sharks that want to not just take over the joint, but the entire town. And with that, you have to run errands, whether that's fetching fish for the chef or helping other residents with their bug problems. It's a 3D text-based adventure. And like every other Japanese games I have played, the voice acting is superb. For me at least, I would check into the game after a long day or after finishing dinner, as it was slower paced but engaging enough to make you want to see the entirety of the story. Where it falls short is combat. In the game, it's okay. It's really just holding a vase that sucks in demons and you just have to chase them repeatedly as they throw stuff at you is probably the weakest point for me, at least. I don't quite understand what they were really aiming for, but it's clear that they were focusing on the narrative part. Another thing the game does amazing is putting cute animals in the game, whether that's cats, birds, piggies. They're all so cute. I think that alone would be an instant buy. Also, I thought I would never see myself talking about a game's eating mechanics, but it's so cute and innovative how you interact with the chopsticks and sushi. It's clear that they're next-gen eating mechanics rather than just stuffing your face with food. And with a gamer tag like 6tacos, I approve of the innovations of eating food inside a VR game. And when you get the chance to eat sushi, I was really geeked. It's a fun little mechanic, and I never thought I would enjoy it as much, and it doesn't get boring. And for graphics at least, it's underrated in its category, especially on Quest hardware, where you're held back by how much compute you can get from the device. It is both beautiful on the Quest 2 and Quest 3. Art design is some of the best I've ever seen from any game on the Quest Store. On Quest, games aim for hyper-realistic graphics, and with games like Assassin's Creed utilizing both application space warp and dynamic resolution scaling, it introduces more input lag, artifacting, and blurry images. This game has none of the high-res textures, dynamic lighting, etc., but it loses none of that since its environments with shaders and geometry are extremely detailed. It allows the game to run incredibly smooth, and it reminds me a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild, of not looking realistic, but its art design-wise, it looks really good. When the game switches between day and night, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I spent a good hour just admiring the little town. You can tell the devs were very passionate to make the city look lived in and homey. And it's one of those things where I wish a lot of Quest games took note from Sushi Ben, where your game doesn't have to look hyper realistic in order for me to like the game. And a game like Sushi Ben utilizes anime art, shaders, and basic geometry lines. The game looks really good, as well as aesthetically appeasing, especially since it's only running on Quest hardware. And on the Quest 3 with the PANKCAKE lenses, it looks really sharp, and sometimes in and out, performance kind of lags behind. And so far, it's a QT game that I really like. I'm sure I'll complete it after this video. There are some parts where the story is unable to progress, but rebooting the game does fix it. Also, before I head out, the game auto saves, so you need to finish sections of the game before leaving. If not, you lose all your progress and you need to play around 20, 30, 40 minutes depending on the section of the game, and like a quick save feature that the user or player can save manually with. But if you're looking for a change of pace and looking to relax in a narrative first game that takes inspiration from anime art, this is the game. I haven't checked out other games like Tokyo Chronos or Discronia, but I think so far the presentation with Sushi Ben is extremely underrated, and anime wise probably the best game in its category. Sushi Ben is able to do a lot of the basics right while being a small indie studio, and personally I don't like to rate games. Is the game worth purchasing, waiting for on sale, or not even buying at all? And I think if you're looking for a change of pace, I think Sushi Ben fits that category perfectly. If you try the game or haven't, what are your thoughts about Sushi Ben? Leave a comment, like or dislike, and until the next video, bye.